Okay, so Ideas Creative, please introduce yourselves.
I'm Dan. Si Mariel.
Si Dan.
Burns or Blue Tree.
I'm Ria.
Okay, so before we start with that topic, balik tayo sa yung mga before, no? So which is, ano yung background nyo? Where did Ideas Creative or what was the idea behind forming Ideas Creatives? Alright.
Well, the idea basically was that a number of us back in college, kasi we figured, sa College of Fine Arts, hindi kasi kami gumawa ng the editorials, the advocacies, our topics usually went towards that, and we figured, malaki yung pangangailangan sa field na to. So we figured, wouldn't it be cool if there was an organization or at least an agency that catered to the creative communications needs of NGOs or at least, advocacy or cause-oriented organizations. Tapos, parang at that time, after college, we would still see each other from time to time, and then we figured we could pursue the idea, like somewhere down the road, pero an opportunity came, and that's when we figured it was an okay time to jump in and start Ideas Creatives.
So ano yung opportunity niya that came during that time?
Well, there was, at that time, but this is about 3 years ago, tapos it was from the Youth Social Enterprise Initiative. So at that time, they were encouraging young people to start their own businesses, but then with social impact. So naisip namin, fit siya.
Okay.
So they had, they offered startup capital, mentoring, and networking opportunities, which was perfect for us at that time. And then, we figured it was enough to begin with.
Okay.
So at that time, parang Dan was working at a museum. Si Dan was a couple of years at an advertising agency. I was working at a couple of NGOs. Ria was also working with another NGO. We worked together actually there. Si Bernice naman was working with a private company.
Alright.
Background is sa licensing. So medyo iba-iba rin yung fields namin pinanggalingan.
Okay.
And so at that time, we quit our jobs.
Okay.
We quit our jobs kasi yes, we got the guarantee. We got the more or less the fellowship, the grant.
Okay. So
And
then sumali kayo sa parang competition yun, right?
Yeah, it's like a competition at that.
So when you guys were studying, parang kumbaga yung feasibility study nyo before, nakikita nyo ba dati yung, itong parang advocacy nito, pangit naman ang logo na to. Nakikita nyo na ba yun? Meron na pa talagang need, do you think, during that time na may pumasok na a group like yourselves?
Well, more than I suppose more than seeing the negative side of existing advocacies, parang how it developed was more of Burns was more inclined to the environment. Dan was very much cultural yung thesis niya, and varied causes. We would be more attracted to the different causes, and then with our background kasi sa fine arts and visual communications, we saw opportunities. Parang ganun na, pwede pala siyang ganito, or we can apply this, and more people will know more about this, or perhaps if we do something, a creative twist with this, it'll get more attention, and they can, do more things.
So during the time na fina-form nyo yung group na yun, did you encounter any difficulties in pursuing this new idea na syempre social enterprise kayo, and design group? So were there any, like from fine arts going to business, were there any difficulties pursuing this?
Oo, madami. But then I think the first instance na naramdaman namin, or ako actually naramdaman ko siya, was when we were actually finalizing our proposal for the grant competition. So yung nakatabi ko was an MBA who just graduated from the States.
Okay.
Sabi ko, ano yung fine arts po ako. Wala po akong business. But it was the first for a lot of us. And that's really where a lot of effort went through figuring out numbers or specific things.
Bali hardships, yun nga, from corporate to non-profit. basically, well, if you go to our office, may nakasulat dun sa whiteboard namin. An ideal is one thing, achieving it, living up to it is quite another. Basically, maganda may idea ka, pero starting up really is difficult. And especially na it's outside of your comfort zone. And alam na, parang there are many risks. And you don't know exactly how to, ano yung mga risks na yun, tsaka kung paano mo siya ma-overcome. So parang kami, nung nag-startup kasi kami, we all, yun nga, as she mentioned, we were working. And I think quitting our jobs is a big step, and explaining it to our parents and to our family and making them understand and trust us in our and the endeavor is our adventure is worth it. So parang it's really against the norm kasi, or parang it's a more difficult path. So parang we also have to prove to them na we will make it. And I think ngayon 3 years na kami, and I think by now they really support
Sino yung
us.
pinaka-nahirapan doon?
I think Dan, because he's the guy.
Okay.
Sa lahat.
Eldest ka.
Ano pa yung eldest?
So,
Okay. So talagang, kailangan mo talagang mag-ano. Kailangan mo bola.
Never-ending debate.
Debations. Parang. So,
Talaga? Okay.
making them realize na may chance talaga. And then parang sabihin pa namin non-profit. Ba't kayo non-profit? Kaya parang, paano kayo makasave niyan? Or why can't you just work for a corporation na mas stable yung jobs? So, we have to prove to them na okay siya. And then, one of the main first challenges that we had was yung funds. It didn't come on time. Parang it came 9 months after they
9 months
promised us. So parang, but we all resigned from our jobs. So, but we also got an office na, so we had a rent to pay. So,
Pantesan na naman.
from our salaries, from our savings.
Daming kape.
And we were basically living on our savings. Tapos, syempre may life lang yung savings. Kaya, another major challenge that we had is putting up the business, starting up. May mga birth pains, especially here in the Philippines. Parang usually sanay sila for profit organizations and corporations, but when it comes to non-profits, and especially us, we're a social enterprise, para kami aliens. Hindi nila kami mag-classify. Kasi sa time we got penalties for not paying things, and we didn't know.
We don't know.
We didn't know. Ha? Akala namin we're doing the right thing, yung pala may kulang pa.
Lumaki.
Malaki siya for us kasi wala nga akong
Okay.
Wala ako.
savings namin yun, and then we're paying pa for penalties, parang can you imagine that? So parang, tumutulong ka na, and then penalties pa. So,
Girl.
and then, yun, nanakawan pa kami.
Okay.
So, nanakaw yung personal computers namin. It was like Mariel's computer from her house, and then si Dan, bumili siya out of his savings from his previous work. So parang, nawala na lang siya parang wala. Tapos, so parang, bakit tayo? Bakit